So welcome, Maggie. We are so
Hi,
excited to have you to talk about how to boost our pitch power.
I
So
am excited to be here.
take it away.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to my favorite talk to give. This is called Pitch Power, and the purpose of it is to show you how to describe what you do perfectly so you can attract perfect clients. Boom, because that's how it works. When you are really clear about your brand message and you know who you serve, the problem you solve, and the results you deliver, and you can put it together in a tight, right, clear, simple, non jargon way, then it's amazing. It's magical. Clients will hear you say these words, whether it's online or out loud, and they will go, "Oh my God, I need you." So, who would like some of that? So, here's what's going to happen today. We're going to get our heads on straight first. I'm going to talk a little bit about what a pitch is, what a pitch isn't, so that we can make sure we're all on the same page. Let me just ask you guys to pop it in the chat box if you don't mind. What do you think a pitch is? Like, how would you describe a pitch?
I would say it's your 30-second opportunity to make a good first impression.
A 30-second opportunity to make a good first impression. Yes. Even more, yes. There's the good impression, yes. But what do you really want to get out of the pitch? Kristen, it was Kristen, yes?
Yeah, I guess really, yeah, you have to convey your service or product offerings succinctly and soundly in that time so that people quickly can glean what you do.
Perfect. Exactly. Um, and just FYI, I love things to be interactive. I'm not a fan of death by PowerPoint. So I might just say, hey, unmute yourselves, guys, and let's have a little chit chat. Um, Before we get started, I want to make sure that we're clear, just some ground rules. Sometimes I may do some live coaching at the end. I'm going to walk somebody through a pitch if they have brought the filled in pitch power worksheet. Can we all agree that if anything comes up, sometimes people talk about things that can be emotional and personal, because your pitch, the essence of your pitch is actually who you are, what you care about. And inevitably, I mean, I find people get really emotional in my workshops because they connect with that thing. Because then we agree that whatever is said here stays here, and whatever you learn here leaves here. Just a show of hands for that. I'd like to just make sure that we're all in agreement, just so that it can be, I want this to be a safe space for everybody to play in, because coaching can get a little intense. Um, so we're going to I'm going to explain a little bit about what a pitch is and what it isn't. Then I'm going to show you the 5 steps that I guide my clients through to build a pitch. And then we are going to do some live pitch coaching. And then I have a gift for everybody at the end. So please stay till the very end. If you have any questions, I would say pop them in the chat box. Shira, I may come back to you and ask you to just read me questions if anybody has them. I would just say if questions pop up as I'm going through it, just pop it in the chat box and I'll pause regularly and see if we have any. Is that cool? Everybody good? Good. And then what's going to happen? Okay, then I'm going to say words and then we're going to learn things. Yay. So just a little bit about me. I'm a branding and business coach right now, but I don't know how many of you guys have, like, you go, oh my God, I can't say what I do because I do so many things. I was that girl. I couldn't even tell you what I did. I've had a million jobs and they've all been super fun and super interesting. I've been really blessed to have worked for organizations like CBS News. And I worked as a TV and radio reporter for CBS in Manila and Johannesburg. And I was the bureau chief there. NPR, I worked at NPR's website back in the day when we were still rubbing 2 sticks together to make the website go. I was a multimedia, I worked on the multilingual websites at the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids. I'm a super geek. Like, I speak fluent, techie, geeky stuff, and I also speak human. So my job, I'm like the geek to human translator in the middle between the humans and the people who build it. So I've got this crazy, creative, analytical, techie brain, which serves me well now. Radio Free Asia, it was again a multilingual website, but I worked with a lot of people who didn't speak English as maybe English was their fourth language, from Southeastern Asian countries primarily. And it taught me that, and this has really helped me in my brand messaging work as a brand coach, that people, if something can't be translated into English, into a foreign language easily, that means the English isn't simple and clear. I had to spend a lot of time getting things translated, but before I could get this translated, you can't translate figures of speech into Russian or Chinese. You have to actually say the thing as it is. This is the secret to doing your elevator pitch. Saying the thing you do just as it is. It's better to be clear than clever, is one of my famous sayings. Another job I had that prepared me for this was working as a photojournalist. I thought I was going to be a photojournalist when I grew up. And the job there is to walk into a story. Anything could be happening. Bullets, fires, funny stuff, craziness. It really moves fast, and you have to capture one image. You got to make sure you at least come back with one that tells the entire story, because they're not going to print 12 photos just so that people can understand it. The job of a photojournalist and a radio reporter and a TV reporter is to figure out what the essence of the thing is and be able to talk about that in a clear and simple way. I was born to do that work. It was like just right up my alley. I thrive in tangled up puzzles. And that's when I work with my clients. They come to me with their story or their business, and there's a lot of moving parts, and there's a big story, and there's a lot of stuff. And I'm going, what? When I go, oh, there it is. Okay, cool. And then I go, oh, it sounds like you're the weather people for outer space. That's a real thing. A client I had works for NASA. And she was like, oh my God, you're a genius. And I'm like, no, I'm just a reporter. And my job is to do that, is to figure it out so that I can turn it around and articulate it. So in retrospect, we can only really know these things in retrospect. This is how I came to be a branding and business coach. And my tagline is live your superpower. It flew up to me, words kind of fly from the ether into my brain. And this tagline showed up and I went, oh, that's kind of clever. But the more I live with it, the more I realized it's what I stand for in my business. This is what I stand for my clients. It doesn't say know your superpower or figure out your superpower. It says live it. That means show up, be of service, become visible. Where I come in is helping you get to the part where you know, so that you can live your superpower and be that force in the world. So I do one thing and one thing only. I help people find a brand message that perfectly describes what they do, so they feel confident when they market online or out loud, and they attract clients. And there's a dollar sign in the clients because, yes, while we're here busy being of service, we also have to be sustainable. It's in our best interest, in order so that we can keep doing good in the world, that we make money. I earn money so that the more money I earn, the bigger the impact I can have in the world. So that's kind of how I feel about the wiring with that. I know people are afraid to say the word money. They go, I want to help people and do all the good things. Yeah, but if I'm not earning and supporting myself, I'm not honoring my own gift by exchanging money for my gift, my services, then there's a disconnect in there, and it really messes with the magic of how we show up. But that's a different workshop. So what? I do that. Like whatever it is we all say we do, giant so what? I'm like, how nice for me that I do that. If I just told you, I'm a brand and business coach and I'll help you get laser clear about what you do and then learn how to talk about it so you'll feel like whoop, whoop. So what? What matters is the so that. And that's where the other comes in. That's where our message gets focused on our customers. It's about them, not us. Nobody cares what I do or if I'm awesome at it. So that they, my clients, this is my so that they have clarity about what they offer. They feel confident to sell their services. They feel excited to market and be visible. That's what shows up at the end when you have that moment of, oh my God, this is what I really do. They know how to stand out in a crowded field. Of all the life coaches in all the world, why would I pick you? Why would I pick a consultant, an executive leadership consultant, coach out of a field of gajillions? Our job as purveyors of a service is to be able to articulate why somebody should work with us. Because that's the first question I ask people. Why should I work with you instead of, Jane down the street? And my job is to have an answer to that question that's real, sincere, and heartfelt, and not icky and salesy and like fake. Attract the right clients. This is a huge so that. Everybody who shows up on my doorstep, they want the right clients, and they're really sick of. I was just chatting with a colleague today. She's like, oh my God, I keep saying yes to the wrong people because I'm afraid that if I don't say yes, then nobody's going to blah, blah, and I won't have the money and all of that stuff. The right clients start showing up when you become a magnetic match and an energetic match with your messaging. When you take ownership of your message and you go, here's how it is, you magnetically attract the people who are right for you. It's a law of physics. I don't know which one. I call it Maggie's first law of brandodynamics. And so that, this is the real so that kind of lives at the heart of it, so that they can earn money and stay in business, right? Like I've invested, I can't tell you how much I've invested, a lot, many digits in my personal growth, in my business growth, in tools that support my business. I feel like I'm in some poker game where I'm all in at this point. Like I can't fold now because I got to see how this game shakes out, right? It becomes like the stakes get really high when we start investing, but investing is what's required. Investing our time, investing our personal, our spirit, if you will, and investing money to really get as good as we can possibly be so that we can be of the maximum service out in the world to the people who need us. This is the big thing. Making a difference is the giant so that. When I ask my clients, prospective clients, what's your selfish reason for wanting a business? 9.9 times out of 10, they'll say, I want to help people. I want to make a difference. And sometimes I have to dig to, like, what's your selfish reason? Like more, bigger, whatever. But usually at the heart of it is this. And then what I discovered, because our discoveries about who our ideal clients are and who's a perfect match for us, is an iterative process. We know what we know at any given point in time, and we're always still learning. I only realized within the last year that the number one criteria for people I want to work with, if they say I want to make a difference, if they don't say that, they're not right for me. I will not work with them, because that tells me they have some other agenda and I can't get on board with that. So all this criteria about who's the who and who's not the who, and there's more about that in the Pitch Power worksheet to help you get some clarity about who is the who and who's not the who. And it's really important to know who's not your client too, because intentionally and on purpose with our messaging, we want to repel people who are not right for us. It's just not a good match. They won't be happy. We won't be happy. Nobody has fun. And it becomes and then there's crying, and nobody needs that. My number one core value around what I do is have fun. Just because why would you bother doing what you do if it's not fun? I could go break rocks at a job. I could break rocks doing any number of things that are not fun for me because I should or have to. I don't know how many of you are here are starting businesses or run your own businesses. Do we know that, Shira? How many people in the room are entrepreneurs? Is it everybody, people who are transitioning?
Everybody here is in some form of self-employment, whether there's just a concept in the back of their brain,
Gotcha.
they've already kind of gone into it,
Gotcha.
some
So,
part of the journey.
okay, great. So like what I've been talking about is more of the philosophical bits about what I believe about branding and standing for yourself and self-expression and marketing. Because that's how I roll as a brand coach. I'm not a good fit for everybody if they want something else. But I really want you to get this. People don't come to me because people don't come to us because they want a 1/4-inch drill bit. They want to end up with the whole. The so that is the whole. I want a drill bit. I want coaching, consulting, some whatever, accounting, bookkeeping. I want your tax preparation service so that I end up with the result that I really want. There's something I really want that I sleep better at night because I have it. And you may be the right person who uniquely provides this peace of mind in the unique way that you do, and that's your brand. So we're all selling, people get confused and they think they're selling coaching and programs and, you know, whatever, they think they're selling that stuff. You're not selling any of that. You're not selling tax preparation services or pedicures. It's I want to I like to feel nice because my feet feel nice. That's why I get a pedicure, right? So I want to does anybody have any questions about anything I've said? Was anything confusing? Uh Anybody want to pop in with an observation? You want to argue with me about something? I love a debate. I love a good debate. Don't be afraid to be a naysayer. If I say something and you go, I don't know, I totally disagree with that. I've had people do that in my talks. This dude told me once, I completely disagree with what you just said. And I was like, really? I'm like, okay, good thing I got that leadership training. I know how to handle him. Anybody have any questions? Because speak now. We're good. Okay, I'll just keep going. Pop them in the chat box if they come up. So I'm going to break down an elevator pitch into the moving parts. This is how I coach my clients about it just makes it more like sequential. I like things to be simple. One of my zones of genius is writing help instructions or directions. First do this, then do that. Because I always know like, oh, they're going to see that thing and they're going to think that they should do that, but no, they should do this. When I worked at NPR, my job was I was like the queen of writing help instructions, the wordsmithing for that, so that people could just get what they needed from the NPR website and not get stuck. So I've built the elevator pitch structure in the same way. So here's the breakdown. Let's start with what an elevator pitch isn't. I like to bust the myths about elevator pitches, just to relieve some of the anxiety and fear. It's not hype. Nothing markety to say, nothing fake to say, nothing flashy to say, nothing. It's not that. That's not what an elevator pitch's job is supposed to be. So you can if you're afraid of sounding markety or like icky, I give you permission to let that go. It is not your resume. Under no circumstances, ever. I'm going to say this straight up. I'm going to make this as a rule. Never throw your resume into your elevator pitch. Also, never talk about what you used to do. Here's how people's brains are wired. I'm a student of neuroscience and how people understand communication. If you start talking, and if I started talking and said, hey, I'm Maggy Sterner. I used to work at CBS News, and then I worked at this rock station in Philly, but now I do blah, blah. Now I'm a brand coach. Your brain just got whiplash. You just went, what's happening? I don't understand where I am now. Our brains it's like it creates confusion in people's heads. And I know sometimes we want to say, if we feel a little, well, I want them to know that I'm credible, or I want to show them that I have experience. We want to throw our credentials out there, a resume, it only adds confusion in the context of an elevator pitch. So just resume is for later. If somebody says, hey, where'd you go to school, or where'd you work before, or what trained you, they will ask you later. It's like the 5th paragraph on your about page too. It's not in the intro, in the elevator pitch part. Make sense? Never use jargon. Okay, this is the translation test. If I said, I teach people how to craft a brand positioning statement that informs their whole business. How many people here know what a brand positioning statement is? Anybody? One? Yeah. It's like, what? So I said those words. That's a piece of jargon that comes from brand land, but you don't know what it means. It's sort of something, and your mind goes, it's kind of sort of maybe know what that is. But the minute you have to stop and try to figure it out, I've just lost my connection with you. Now you can't even hear what I have to say after that. And also you don't even know what that is. I know how extremely valuable it is, but that's the curse of expertise, which you all have too, because you're experts. When we are so good at what we do and we know it so well, sometimes we can use jargon when it's not helpful, because we understand it. We think everybody else does. It's not a flaw. It's just a practice to be aware of when you're using industry jargon. Even if you're with people who are in the same industry, we're all just humans, and just make it easy and nice and fun to have a conversation without making my brain go twirly and have to figure out what you're talking about. So no jargon. I forbid it. It's not an elevator pitch is not a sales conversation. That's a separate thing. We're not selling anything in a pitch per se. Yes, we are selling ourselves as the person we want. We want people to go, oh, I need her. Oh my God, I need to talk to her. We want that part. That's the sales click. But in the pitch itself, we don't sell anything explicitly, right? We don't talk about our academic degrees in an elevator pitch because I can't handle it. I just hate it. Stop. This is like coaches. I see, like, there was a woman who came to me and her about page was filled with, she had all these letters and I don't know, stuff. And my eyes like hurt. And what I was like, tell me what, I don't know, understand what you do. All I see is a tsunami of letters, and it doesn't inform me. Plus, these kinds of things come from the head. This is like like data information, and people don't resonate with data. They still have to do some translation. So it's a data point, your academic fabulousness, how that mazel tov, but it's not part of the pitch. Save it for later. An elevator pitch is not long. It shouldn't be long-winded. If people are going like this when you're telling them what you do, where you see them kind of like, you can see when somebody disappears as you're talking to them, and you've lost them, like, subconsciously, because an elevator pitch, the way I coach it, is like we're actually speaking to people right into their subconsciouses, in framing it in a way that none of the noise gets in the way. So don't be long-winded with your elevator pitch. 30 seconds is actually kind of a long amount of time. It has to be crafted, used wisely. Anything more than 30 seconds for a pitch. When I belonged to this one networking group, they had a timer and you only had 30 seconds to say your thing. That was excellent training for how to get to the bottom line really fast. So don't be that girl or guy. And an elevator pitch is not braggy at all. It is not a place where you're boastful or tooting your own horn or trying to look good or trying to look smarter, better, more compelling than somebody else. That is not the job of the elevator pitch. what an elevator pitch is, simple, short, could go on a Post-it note, period. Laser focused. A pitch is laser focused and it heads in one direction toward the kicker, toward the mic drop at the end. A pitch is intriguing. You know how if you watch the local news, I used to work in local TV news and I had to write these things. They call them bumpers. They're like, coming up on News 4. You'd have to write, coming up on News 4, we're going to talk to a woman who teaches people how to tell people how to articulate what they do so that anybody who hears it will say, oh my God, I need you, right? You want to tease the thing. You're actually teasing something and you're being intriguing about it. You want them to hang in through the commercials, metaphorically speaking, to hear exactly what you're up to. They hear your message. So its job is to be intriguing, not to give away the whole story. An elevator pitch is lighthearted. It's not like, it's just keep it light. It's not a life or death situation. I think of it like as a science experiment. I'm going to say some words and I'm going to see what happens. And sometimes it'll land great and people will go, oh my God, a lot of people will set up calls with me. And sometimes I say it and I get crickets. It just depends. I always have to check my intention before I say it. So keep it light. It's not the end of the world if you make a mistake with your elevator pitch. And an elevator pitch is not about you. At its essence, it is not about you at all. For an elevator pitch to be effective, it focuses on the other person. And an elevator pitch comes from your heart. A really effective pitch that magnetizes the right people to you in a way that they can understand how you help them comes from your heart, not your head. A lot of my job with people, I feel like I get up and that's like, I got to drag them down. It's like, I know you love those words. I know you love that jargon and techno speak, but girl, I got you. We're going to get down in your heart. People remember words that come from your heart. People can't remember data points like your resume and your title or whatever. They're remembering. They are listening for pictures. Human minds are listening for metaphors, and our human mind is always wanting to figure out what's happening. Am I safe? Am I not safe? But we're actually creating a picture, excuse me, in our minds when we hear somebody describing what they do. I love this quote. Seth Godin is like a marketing guru. He's been like around for 1 million years, and he writes really short. Like he doesn't get all long-winded about a thing. But what he says here is actually a version of what I've been talking about. It's true, stunning brief, and it leaves people wanting to know more. So when you've nailed your pitch, they'll say one of two things. Well, they'll say one of three things. Excuse me. They'll say, oh my God, I need you. They'll say, oh, tell me more. They'll be like intrigued. Or they'll say nothing, and those people aren't your clients, and they get to go away and talk to somebody else. And it gets to be, and have it be okay that not everybody is going to say, I need you. A pitch is just the essence of the story. I love a pitch because I think of it as the Swiss Army knife of a brand. I only just realized this. We're always learning things about our business, no matter how many years we do it. I'm like, oh my God, it's so multi-purpose. It contains your target audience, the problem you solve, the results you deliver, your market niche, and your superpower. What makes you so special? What's your gift that you deliver in the work that you do? It's a Swiss Army knife for your whole marketing campaign. This is how I've been using it with my clients, is like, okay, we start with this, with the pitch, and then from there, about page. social media profiles, short bio, ads and marketing, your email signature, plus 991 more uses for an elevator pitch. It's like copy, paste, because everything you need to know about your brand message lives inside a pitch. The way I coach people, other people may do some other thing. I don't even know what they do. What a pitch really is, here's the bottom line. Always just the truth. Never a lie, never fake, never manipulative, always real, straightforward, declarative sentences, except for a couple. And when when I'm working with people and they struggle, I go, okay, if you were just going to tell the truth about what you did without getting all hung up about it, what would you say if you were just going to tell the truth? What would you say after the words, okay, here's the deal? There's something you say after that. That's your pitch. That's the essence of your brand message. So the truth is all well and good, but what blocks us from the truth, I want you to meet the voices in your head. They are liars. Those voices are liars, and they are trying to keep you alive and safe from danger and from being uncomfortable, but they are not supporting you in growing your business or knowing who you are or taking risks or showing up, loud and proud for what the magic you deliver. I call the voices in my head the wild Pomeranians. That name just came to me many years ago, and I think of them as yappy little dogs going, rah, 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 rah. They have jobs. They have different personalities. There's one Pomeranian. Sometimes these are actual quotes from people, by the way. A Pomeranian will say, I'm not good enough. I can't say that. There are so many other, graphic designers, coaches, whatever, yoga teachers they have more training. These are the people who get 1,000 different credentials because it's the unfillable cup of I'm not good enough. I don't have, I guess, and my core question is always, what would prove to you that you know enough? How would you know that you finally are prepared? But it's a voice in your head, and that takes a little bit of mechanical work to unhook it. The voices in our head never go away. And the more we start recognizing them and taking notes, like what are they actually saying? Because they have a theme and they have a job, and get real curious in a very get curious, be lovingly curious about what your voices say when you have to raise your rates or when you don't want to raise your rates. What is it saying? Because it's trying to protect you from something. Another one is, oh, it's hard. Oh my God, I can't possibly 30 seconds. I need an hour. I do so many things, right? I don't have an hour, and I can't handle it if you start telling me a million things. Because the truth is, even though you do a lot of different things, I do a lot of different things. And it took me a while to figure it out. And I paid a lot of money to coaches to help me sort through it, because none of us can see because it's in our blind spots. There's one umbrella thing that we all bring to the party. I'm going to say 100% of the time. Underneath that is other stuff that is connected to it. So my core thing is brand messaging and words, but under that, I do a lot of stuff. I offer a lot of services, but that's not what I do. Offering services is not my gift. My gift is brand messaging, clarity. I hope that makes sense. I don't want to sound as if I'm full of myself. Oh my God, this is a quote from a client. This one breaks my heart. All of these break my heart. And that's why I do my work, because at one point, I don't know, I kind of fell into this whole pitch thing. Brand coach became what I called myself. And the pitch thing just sort of showed up in the space because I kept hearing people I knew they were good at what they do, but I could not figure out what were they doing. Like, I can't hire you if I don't know how you help me. I just can't. Nobody can. And I feel so sad about it. And sometimes I start my pitch and I just be really bold about it and go, I feel really sad hearing everybody talk about what they do because it's really hard for me to understand it. And then I go tell them what I do and how I can help them. Anybody have any questions for me right now? Because we're going to get into another phase of this operation, and I want to make sure that we don't leave anybody behind. Any questions? Anybody have anything they want to share? Any compelling thoughts? Just unmute yourself and go. Okay, Marva feels clarified. Okay, good. That's my job. Clarity is my game. Okay, so here's the step-by-step process to build a pitch. Oops. Here's an example of a pitch. I'm going to show you what it looks like because I want to show you the picture of what it looks like in words. Here's how I would here's one of the many ways I start a pitch. You know how you freak out when you have to tell people what you do? I'm being conversational when I start that way. I'm Maggy Sterner and I'm a brand and business coach. I help entrepreneurs and business owners get clarity about their brand message and find words to talk about it so that, there's the so that again, they can attract the right clients, gigs, business partnerships, referrals, and earn money. I'm the go-to girl when you need help showing up for your business. Because marketing is being visible. Excuse me. That's the example. Here's the connective tissue. This is what it looks like, broken down into the steps, the 5 steps. There's an introductory question that you ask or a statement that you make that is designed, it has a couple of jobs. You know how is the setup? It's like, oh, I'm just going to talk as a human being, speaking human language to other human people. I'm just going to say, hey, everybody, I feel you. When people hear you say words that they used when they talk about their pain or the promised land they want to get to, they go, oh, wow, she gets me. Oh, they get me. They understand. This part of it, all the words for the pitch come from your ideal clients. They are the source of the words. If we don't have clients or many clients or any clients, we do have to start someplace and just make up words to say. And that's great because it's like we all have to start someplace. But the information for the pitch, all of the pieces that come with the connective tissue come from the clients. You ask them. A niche is the pain, the problem you solve for people. So you know how I'm speaking directly to, I'm using words that somebody straight up told me. I freak out when I have to tell people what I do. Boom, marketing copy for me. I'm Maggy Sterner, brand and business coach. Boom, keep it short and simple. I don't get fancy. That's not the place to be clever. It's just the place to say what you do. I help who? Target audience, entrepreneurs and small business owners, top level. There are more specifics about who they are, but that's a very top level that's easy for people to understand. I help who get what? This is where the verb comes in. I hear the word, I don't know that I would have picked this word, but everybody comes to me, I want clarity, I want clarity, I want clarity. I want confidence, confidence, confidence. I want words, words, words. It's like, be smart and use the words they use when they come to you in your elevator pitch. They may have told you in emails or testimonials, or when they called you on the phone, you may have notes about it. That's the place to look for your pitch. And notice there's a verb in there. There's not like, have your dream life. Please don't ever use those words. I cannot bear it. Please, it's just too much. Be specific. Get clarity about what. Discover what. Become what. Let go of what. There's a very specific thing they want. By 3 a.m, they're not tossing and turning in bed going, oh my God, if only I had my dream life, then I would be happy if I had my dream husband. They're like, I want to be able to feel good about my marriage, and I want a job that doesn't make me want to like yell at people all day long, right? There are things they're actually saying about their struggle and what their heart is longing for. That's where the words come from. So that is the payoff. That's the result they want. That's the only reason they're going to pay you and hire you, for the result. And when you can articulate that in their words, they'll go, oh my God, it's like you've read their mind and just spoken aloud everything they say to themselves at 3 o'clock in the morning when they can't take one more second of suffering. I'm the go-to girl. I call that, sometimes I'll say my real job is to be your brand confidence coach, because that's what you end up with after you have clarity. You can't help it. So that's like the mic drop moment. When you know that, that's actually the part, like that's your real job. And when you really know that, when you know what you're the go-to person for, when you know that in your bones, whatever you say will be perfect because it's just the truth. Always just the truth. Now we do the fun part. Hey, Shira, where are we on time? I just want to refer back to you.
We are great. We've got 45 minutes.
Awesome.
Fine.
Perfect. So this is the fun part. I think it's fun, where I will actually coach somebody who wants to, if you want to, this is your opportunity to get transformation right now in this moment in time and learn how to talk about what you do. Who would like to have that? If you have filled out the pitch power worksheet, that's, oh, there's Kristen. I see Kristen raising her hand. Marie, did you raise your hand too, or are you just clapping for Kristen?
I work for Kristen.
Okay, great. I just need to, let me just have a little sip of water here. Excuse me. I drink a lot of water. Okay, so Kristen, did you fill out your sheet?
I kind of did as I was going
Okay.
along. I have a general idea. So I think I would start with, I'm Kristen McFarland. I'm the CEO and founder of the Source Marketing Group. I help minority-owned businesses get access to marketing resources so that they can engage their community, grow their business, and get the resources they need, I guess, regardless of how large or small the job is.
Okay, so let's
Need some work.
yeah, let's one more time. Like, so starting with okay, so I heard all you give that to me one more time and just go all the way through with it. I'm just going to take some notes here.
Okay, I feel like I could.
There's no credit. This is whatever you say is perfect and awesome, and nothing is wrong. And there's nothing to, you're perfect. Just go.
Oh, thank you. So I'm Kristen McFarland. I'm the founder of the Source Marketing Group. We help minority-owned businesses get access to marketing resources they need so that they can grow their business and market like a badass.
Ooh, now we got some spice. Everybody, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen for a second so that I can, I have to have a kinesthetic connection with you, Kristen. Okay, have you ever said the word badass before in your pitch?
Well, I haven't, but I'm launching Market Like a Badass podcast, which is going to be a Source Marketing Group branded podcast. And I feel like, and it's targeted towards female and minority-owned business leaders. So it's going to kind of very much coincide with that. Every client of mine currently is a minority-owned business.
Okay.
So, and these are people who typically have less access to to the resources they need, whether it's grant money to, build up their teams. And so we can, do full service marketing support or, a la carte to really help them no matter how small or large their project is.
Okay, so like what I heard was like I heard like grammatically correct, perfectly punctuated, nothing wrong with what you said.
Mhm.
But until you said the word badass, that you didn't have I was like, it was just kind of like, okay, cool. That makes, I mean, like I was sort of I'm giving you my user experience think aloud, right?
Uh-huh.
I sort of had to go, oh, that's, I understand it, but then I needed some translation, the word growth. So let's start at the beginning with what, this is the part, like, do you know how, or ever wish you could, or how great would it be if, this is the part where you're like, you can have, it's a choice. And it can also be what I call a twofer. You can say the pain, or you could say the promised land, or you could say both. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know how, like, you know how, when you describe what you do, people seem confused. Oh, that's a pain. Ever wish that when you said it, you could just, it would feel so like butter, like it would just be like so easy and simple. So pain, promised land. How do your people, your ideal clients, say what's their pain? How do they articulate it?
Ooh, Marie, you want to help? This is hard.
Let me ask you a question. How come you don't know?
Well, I mean, I guess, do you mean there's each specific pain point, or can,
Well, it's here. Well, they come to they knock on your door
yeah,
and they go, I need help from you.
to augment my marketing needs?
Do they say the word augment? I'll give you
No.
$1,000 if they say that word.
Okay.
I swear to God.
You got me there.
What are the words they say? And Marie, if you know, hop in.
All right, so I'm going to preview this with, I'm new, to get myself off the hook here.
Even better. New
yeah,
people are
so-
awesome because you guys are walking in fresh.
Yeah, so I would say they're looking to have their website updated. They're looking to have an email campaign. They're looking to have social media taken care of for them because they don't know how to do it or don't have the time to do it.
Okay.
There's a bunch of services.
Yeah, but I guess they have a specific growth goal in terms of, I'm trying to grow my followers.
No, honey, they don't have a growth. I'm going to stop you. I forgot to tell you. I interrupt sometimes. It's just how I roll. Like I don't want to spend time. I don't want you to go down the wrong track because it's going to not support you. What's the problem? It's like, what kind of an organization are they?
They're a small business, small mid-size.
Business. And what are they selling? Services, things? What is it?
They are usually selling services.
Services. Okay. Any particular kind? Health,
Um,
any category?
yeah, legal or, real estate.
Okay. So they're not nonprofits, yes?
I actually also work with nonprofits.
Okay, that's a different workshop. That's my niche power workshop. All right, so let's just focus on, that's a separate elevator pitch, by the
Yeah.
way. So you can use this for nonprofits too. So small business, medium-sized, legal or real estate. Okay, cool. And they have a problem. What keeps them up at night around website, marketing, emails? It's around messaging, yes? It's around getting their message out there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because they don't have enough time to do it on their own at that point as they scale up.
Okay, so they're in a position, this is like the tipping point. Where are they in their business? They're at a point where they go, oh my God, we really want to grow. And now we realize it's the moment,
Yeah,
nanosecond, where they realize, it's the big bang where they realize they need help.
yeah. That's how my business even got started. Somebody was like, hey, do you do this work on the side? Because I really need help with my marketing.
Okay, great. Perfect. So I'm just want you to see that you already know it doesn't have to be, it's not some mysterious thing. You already know what their problem is. So I'd be like, okay, you know how you're at a point in your small business, is that, because we got to say the word small business,
Yeah.
because you got to, like, this is an elevator pitch is a little story we're telling. Once upon a time, there was a small business who was just reached this point where they knew they couldn't handle, they wanted to grow, but their marketing was out of control and they needed help. They were drowning, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's your, does that sound, is that accurate?
That's accurate.
You know how you feel like you're drowning trying to take care of all your marketing because you want to grow your small business? Because you want to put in feelings too. How do they feel, right?
Yeah.
They feel overwhelmed. You know how you feel overwhelmed by all the marketing things you have to, should be, ought to be, feel like you must be doing to grow your small business? Is that the truth?
Yeah.
If it's a specific business, you could say law firm, right? If you wanted to go that way. But let's just keep it generic. So is that you feel overwhelmed by all the marketing things you have to do to grow your small business? Is that correct?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to show you what I'm typing here too. And this is how I can't work any other way. I have to type it, otherwise I can't understand what's happening. Okay, so you know how you feel overwhelmed? Oh my God, you know how awful that feels? Oh my God, I totally do. Ever wish, and what is their heart longing for? If this is their perfect wish comes true and their marketing becomes like, ever wish, what are they wishing for, Kristen? Really and truly. It's like, oh my God, they'll sleep better at night having this.
They gained clients because of the improvement in the website or social media.
Okay.
They've grown their business, but they've gained people. People came to them. It worked.
Ever wish your website and social media attracted all the right clients to your business, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Is that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So what I'm noticing, Kristen, is your brain wants to overcomplicate it and turn it into words like augmenting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing against the word augment. It's doing its best. You know how you feel overwhelmed? But here's where you gotta in order to connect with your people who really they're suffering, your heart is breaking because you can help them. You see them crawling over broken glass and hot coals, trying to struggle, right? I mean, you go, I can help you. Come here, right? But first you got to connect with them. So can you see the screen, what's on my screen here?
Yep.
So read those two sentences and tell me how that feels for you.
You know how you feel overwhelmed by all the marketing things that you have to do to grow your small business? Ever wish your website and social media attract all the right clients?
Business.
To your business? Yeah.
That's simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it speak to the essential core bottom line pain and longing of your people who are right for you?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, cool.
yeah, those are the big initiatives, and it's always leads.
Right. You could say right leads, paying clients,
Mm-hmm.
the thing they really want. They don't want help. They want paying clients.
Yeah, they want more clients, but they also don't want the pain in the ass of having to schedule they're not passionate about marketing. They're passionate about legal services. And
exactly. Oh, this is even better. That's going to be so that I'm just going to mark that down so that you can focus on doing what you do best, being a lawyer, whatever, realtor, XO, whatever. Okay, I just made a note. So here's how we do. Here's how I do. We rearrange the particles so that they flow in a nice story-like, easy to understand way. So you say those two sentences, then you go, I'm Kristen McFarland, and I'm a
founder at the Source Marketing Group.
okay, founder, what's the name of it?
The Source Marketing Group.
Okay, so that's okay. I'm a founder of the Source Marketing Group. That's like your title. That's like on your business card. That's the shingle on your door.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine. Because you're not just going to leave it hanging there, right? Because that doesn't tell me anything. That just tells me the name of your company. I'm
Okay.
Kristen McFarland and I'm a, what do you do? What do you really do? That's not your title.
I'm a marketing ninja.
Okay, there you go. And I'm a marketing ninja. Digital marketing ninja?
Yeah. Yep. Or
Okay.
digital marketing guru.
Guru, ninja, whatever floats your boat. Guru, ninja. That might even be my real job is to be I'm going to save that, right? So we're going to move that down here because that gets to be like a really,
Hmm.
you might even, God, I nearly said I'm your digital marketing savior, but whatever. If you wanted to be super bold, you get to be as bold as you want, by the way,
It's
when
so
you say
true.
this. I'm Kristen, like I'm the save your ass girl for your digital
Yeah.
marketing, right?
Save your ass and kick ass. Yeah.
Right now, if that's part of your brand to use those words,
Yeah.
mazel
I got
tov.
it trademarked too.
Okay, awesome. Oh my God, totally throw your trademark in there.
Yeah.
So we're going to save that for the kicker. Let's just say I'm Kristen McFarland and I'm the founder of the source. You don't even have to say I'm the CEO of. How about CEO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, because founder doesn't like, I don't, what is that? Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Then we go, who do you help? Keep it simple. I help who? We help who? Who's the who?
Minority owned small businesses.
Perfect. Owned small businesses. And this is where if you wanted to, you could drop in like law firms. You could get some
Oh,
specificity.
okay. Oh, and actually get specific on some of the
If
industries.
if it's something that you care about, right? Like if you don't want every small business to come to you, like do you want mechanics to come to you?
No.
Okay. This is the part I need to say this. Only ever speak of the people that you work with, never speak of the ones you don't work with. Just never use those words. Like get it out of the space.
Okay.
We help minority owned small businesses, let's say law firms, realtors, what else?
One's residential repair.
What does that mean?
Uh,
See, that's where I had to translate. I don't know what that means.
geez,
They like contractors?
home improvement.
There you go.
Yeah, I do overcomplicate things. Sorry.
No, please, no, sorry doesn't even like no sorries required, right? We help minority owned small businesses, law firms, realtors, and home improvement companies. Let's just say that, right? We help, that's the who, right? We help them have something, right? Like what's the thing they have? You help them with what? We help minority businesses.
We help them engage their.
No. It has to be around. You help them get their digital marketing sorted, right?
Oh well, yeah.
Right. Help them get their digital online marketing. Is it? I wanted to say organized, like system, like set up perfectly. Set up. What's the word? It's like set up in a easy. It's like easy to manage way, right?
Yeah.
How about that? Does that, because if that feels like, because if they're stressed out by because it's so many moving parts.
Yep. And that applies to the event side of the business too, right? You can replace that with an event and mention an event customer, Marie, and
Yeah.
and it's the same thing. It's like we're solving the problem to make it easy for them to get their event set up.
To have a successful event.
Yeah, the thing is, like I help small businesses learn how to get their brand message together. in an easy to articulate way, right? If I were going to do it my way, right? It's like there's something they want to be easy, right?
Yeah.
Get their digital marketing. This is right in here is, what are they roasting over hot coals about, right? This is the hot coals section. This is kind of like, or it can be have or stop having, right? Stop. I help them stop what?
Having to manage it all on their own.
Having to manage all that online marketing all by themselves because it's horrible and painful, right? And stressful, right? So do you see how we're dancing with both sides of the coin here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does this make sense?
Yeah.
And then here's the kachinga. This is the part, the kablammy. This is why they're going to throw money. They're going to give you money so that I help you stop having to manage all that online marketing all by yourself so that you can focus on doing what you do best, running your small business, right? And attracting more clients, right?
Yep.
More of the attracting the right paying clients.
Yeah. The right paying.
Because that matters, right? We don't want the wrong people who don't pay us.
Yeah.
I want the right people who pay me, right?
Yeah. Not just for me. I mean, my clients do that too. Yeah.
Okay, so is this how does this feeling to you, Kristen?
This is like the first time I've been able to make sense of an outward type elevator pitch for my business. And I just celebrated my 2-year anniversary. So it feels good.
I love that. This is a great first time. I'm happy to be here with you
Thank
for this
you.
occasion.
And by the way,
Clinch-
Kristen, you did such a good job that at least one person already has private chatted me that they want to potentially work with you. So I'm
Oh
not sure if that
my
person already
God.
reached out. So could you do us all a favor? Would you mind putting your name and email in the chat box so that everybody can have access in case anybody wants to work with you?
All right. Thank you.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh my God.
Please.
This is, oh my God. I am just like, I'm over the moon. I have fulfilled my purpose and now I'll sleep great tonight. Because what happens the minute did that person, I'm curious if that person who is, if you could just unmute.
I didn't want to out them, so they're welcome to
Well, let's
speak out if they
if,
want to.
if you want to be outed person who wants to talk to Kristen, I'd have a question for you that's really important that is going to help everybody in this room tonight. Person, unmute yourself. Por favor.
Okay, we won't embarrass them. Just wanted to let you know, Kristen, there's somebody looking for you.
Oh, I'm caring about embarrassing others. Oh, I didn't get that. I didn't get that when they were just.
You get that memo, huh?
I didn't get that memo. Okay, so here's the thing. I've noticed this in all my classes and with all my people. The minute every people in the room can understand what you do, like in a group setting, everybody who needs you will go. But in all my groups, everybody goes, oh, I need to hire. People start hiring each other because now they understand what they do, right? It's like this part here, this is the magic sauce, right? So Kristen, you may have picked up another client because now you can articulate clearly what you do.
Thank you so much.
Right? But isn't this like, but
Really
now let's get to the kicker. Because, all right, here, okay, my real job is to be the what?
It,
What's your tagline?
I was gonna say, I guess my real job is to market like a badass and be your digital marketing guru along your journey.
Be your digital marketing guru. Boom, right? My real job is to market like a badass and be your digital marketing guru. I almost said the F word, but Shira asked me not to say it.
No.
Shira said, don't say the F word. That is tight AF.
BoomerWorks.
So cool. So, Kristen, my girl, right? So I'm going to scroll for you. I want you to go through this and give it to me one time.
All right.
Just take a breath, close your eyes for a second and shake it off.
Whew. All right, I'm going to pretend I'm talking to a prospective client here.
Who's in the room, right? You're
Oh, yeah.
actually, somebody's already in the room, but you don't know it, right? Or you didn't know, you wouldn't have known until Shira told you. But
Mhm.
this is the person, if they're the only one in here that this resonates with, that is exactly your objective. To have them go, oh, I need you. Give me your deets, right? Okay, go.
I'm Kristen McFarland,
No,
and
no,
I'm.
no, 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 no. We don't start there. We start with the you know how,
Oh,
right?
all right.
So, and I'm going to pause you like that.
I
The
hope
job,
we're a group of second chances here.
the job of this part is to connect with them from
Yeah.
your heart. It's to get you grounded down in the real heart space, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like I feel
Everything's
you.
all about stories, anyways, and how
Exactly.
people connect. Yep.
Okay, go. All right, cool.
And scene. You know how you feel overwhelmed by all the marketing things you have to do to grow your small business? Do you ever wish your website and social media attracted all the right leads and paying clients to your business? I'm Kristen McFarland. I'm the CEO of the Source Marketing Group. We help minority-owned small businesses, from law firms to realtors and home improvement companies, get their digital and online marketing set up in an easy to manage way. That way you can stop having to manage all of that online marketing all by yourself. You can focus on
So that
so that you can focus on doing what you do best, which is running your small business and attracting the right paying clients.
my real job.
My real job is to market like a badass and be your digital marketing guru. Or a Sherpa.
Yay, Kristen. And Kristen, you know what? You know what? That actually could be your video promo for your own business.
Yes,
Yeah.
girl.
Ah,
Okay. So this is why the pitch is the Swiss Army knife for all your marketing.
mhm.
Videos, anywhere you can take this pitch, and I'll share this. I'll share this with you. Kristen, can you share with me your email address?
Yep.
Or did you? Yeah, just make sure, pop it in the chat box if you don't mind. You can share privately if you don't want everybody to send you.
It's
Put
in
you on
there.
their mailing list.
Already there.
Thanks. Yeah. So I'll share this with you so that you can have it. This
Thank you.
is where you take this pitch, and then so boom shakalaka, that's the mic drop moment. My real job, bam. Now copy and paste all those little sentences down in here in this box. Then, and if you need help, I have there's a place you can get in contact with me. But if you want to do this, then you can use this as a script, paste it on your about page. This is the top of your about page. This is the top paragraph. I just posted on LinkedIn today. It's like, oh my God, don't make me dig through 5,000 paragraphs to find out what the hell you do, right? Tell me at the top, tell me on your homepage, right?
And can I just say, Kristen, that not for nothing, because of what you do in the world, you need to practice what you're preaching.
Yes.
So as you get
Exactly.
clear on this and you actually put this on your website and you promote this on digital media, you are showing your clients how to do it.
Exactly. That is exactly right. You saw me model how to just say the thing straight up, right?
Mhm.
If
You
I don't
would
do
be like-
that, nobody's going to hire me. That's sort of like level 2 of the workshop, but that's where owning this message, standing in it and going, here's what's up. That's the courage and conviction part. What sells is not the words, it's the courage and conviction behind it. It's your intention, it's your passion, it's your belief that you can actually we're all in the transformation business. You're going to transform their marketing so that they end up with like their business is going to have more revenue, right? They get to stay around longer. Transformation, baby. That's what we're all up to, no matter what it is we do. But this is like, that's kind of lives inside the essence of the pitch. So Kristen, what shifted for you in this exercise? How are you feeling now? What shifted for you?
I just feel like I can more confidently speak to what my business does, to your point, without creating that fluster to people. It's okay to get the rocks out of your mouth and practice. And especially because we did take a hard pivot during COVID and move towards a lot more marketing services. But I feel so much better just, having that consistency. Even sharing that with the team tomorrow on our call and saying, hey, this is how we talk. This is how I talk about the Source Marketing Group. That should be communicated out with the one-page strategic plan.
Yes, girl. So this is the 1,001 uses. You put it in your strategic marketing plan. You can workshop it with your people, because this is where, when you have your whole team on board, this is the gold of your whole business. And I want everybody to really get this. Thanks, Kristen. So you feel more confident and better about having this message. What shifted for you? What was it like before?
I guess not as confident that I was conveying the breadth of my business appropriately.
Do you feel as if you have that in this pitch that we've crafted today?
I think so. And I think it also just put an emphasis on that target audience that maybe wasn't there before, because you're absolutely right. There's been a couple instances Marie and I just talked about today where we said, no, I don't think we want to work with her. And so it is really important to define that up front, because it just kind of puts up some boundaries where you may need them.
Yes. And I get the sense that you have a firm conviction about it's easy for you to turn away people who aren't right for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts. It hurts because I want more money, obviously, so I can feed the machine, which is my team and all my amazing clients that I get to help support. But yeah, it's just, if I spend time on the wrong client, they're an energy suck, and then we're not serving the other existing clients the way we should. It should be fun, to your point.
Exactly. It has to be fun. Otherwise, why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go like, ugh, I got to do this again today. I could get a job and say that.
Yeah.
Great.
I did that my first year, but lessons learned. You're like, hey,
let's just give props to Kristen, man. Good job, girl.
Thank you.
I love that. Jeannie messaged me. She said she did the worksheet as well. Jeannie Belmont, is that you? Belmonte?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Jeannie. So I'm just curious, what did you notice about what happened over with Kristen? What showed up in your space?
You mean what showed up in my space, or what I observed as to how she changed things?
Yeah. What did you notice happening over there? What was your...
Yeah, that you got to the heart of it, right? Nice and concise in the heart of it, from where the buyer is. Their pain point was right there. And they're like, oh yeah, I get it. And then you went through, the elements that you can offer and stuff to help relieve it.
Right. So you saw that transformation there.
Completely.
What was your experience of her message from when you first heard it to when you heard it the second time?
Oh, I totally understand that transition and stuff from high level, super high level of big concepts, and in general a resume, to the heart of the problem, right, that you're going to solve for them.
Yeah, and it puts us in a much more, like, we drop into this really caring space for people, like, organically, as a result of having these words. So Jeannie, where are you with your pitch?
So I actually expanded what I've had before, because I saw that yours, from my perspective, was a little bit expanded. So I'll read it out. It takes more than 45 seconds, but I went through your model,
Uh-huh.
So here it goes really fast. So how employees suffer stress from interpersonal challenges with coworkers and customers, like stress, like residual bitterness and anger that churns their mind and their stomach and causes like major distractions at work. Well, I'm Jean Belmonte, and I facilitate employee development workshops. I show employees how to reduce the stress of the interpersonal challenges so that they can restore engagement, focus, a sense of well-being, and even increase value as an employee. My real job is helping your employees get all in again at work, giving managers new skills, to help them and help manage their time as well by showing them a two-pronged process.
Okay,
Period.
stop right there.
And it was extra long because I was looking at your model going, oh, I need to add stuff.
Okay, what made you think you needed to add stuff?
Because the you know how seem to be adding. The part in the middle where I say I show employees how to reduce stress from interpersonal challenges and restore their
Okay,
focus. That's all it used to be, just that.
Yeah, so say that part one more time. What do you have in that? I help who? What's the who part?
I help employees reduce stress from interpersonal challenges so they can restore their engagement.
Okay, stop.
Focus. Okay.
Okay, restore, like, ugh, you
Okay.
know, like I feel like I just landed in a bowl of pudding. I'm sorry, I feel words in my body.
Yeah, that's good.
I forgot, sorry's not allowed here.
No.
No sorries. It's just like I feel these words, it's like restore. No, girl, let's be bold in this part. People, you know, how do they feel? I help people, I help employees stop what? And start what? Stop feeling all stressed out and ready to stab their fellow workers or coworkers.
Yeah.
Well, let's not say that.
Actually, you know, help, you know, stop them. They're disengaging because they're feeling residual bitterness and anger. I mean, they're just like feeling that, they're disengaging, they're not focused on their work anymore, they're not productive. But you're talking to two markets. Like I'm talking to a business who's going to buy me so that their employees get
Okay,
back on
great.
track faster.
So that's the target audience for this. So you have to be careful. Make this is for everybody. Make sure that you focus. You can have a pitch for different target markets, but you have to focus on one at a time in each pitch. Otherwise, the message gets all wonky and falls off the table. If the people who are going to write the checks need you, if you're speaking to them, you know how your employees, like, you know that everybody's like gossiping and grumbling and people aren't doing their work because something is, you know, there's some elephant in the room that nobody's talking about. I'm making this up, right?
Mhm.
There's some issue. People are fighting over stuff. Nobody's doing their job because they're so busy protecting their turf. Is that the kind of situation they're in?
Mine are, they feel offended and they may not be telling anybody they feel offended. So privately, they're in this state of residual bitterness and anger, and you can see that they've disengaged a bit. They don't seem as focused. You don't know why, and they may not be telling you, manager. And you're like, oh.
So, but what the manager sees, he's only seeing the symptom. He's not seeing,
Right.
He's not going, oh, I wonder if Joe's feelings are hurt.
No, they're not.
This is the part where you talk about the symptom, how the observable symptom.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you see your employees, like you've been losing a lot of employees lately, or nobody wants to work with certain people. You know, there's a lot of that. Like, and he's noticing how that's gumming up the works, right? So if you're speaking to the guy who's going to pay you, you have to speak to what he sees or they see, right?
Yep.
Make sense?
Yep.
So what's the observable thing he sees? What's the thing? What's the situation?
Well, so they've become disengaged. They're less focused. They're not collaborating as well.
Yeah, something is like your team's just not humming along nicely anymore. Something's up. Something's off with your team, right? How they're collaborating. So that would be the place that I would start from this, Jeannie, right? I just want to be conscious of the time here too, because Shira's she runs a tight ship,
5 minutes.
girl. 5 minutes. So from that perspective, Jeannie, do you feel like you could carry on?
Yeah, totally.
Okay,
but-
because I wanted to, yeah, go ahead.
No, I get it. And, you know, when on my website, I know that I'm writing to the economic buyer, but I'm also writing to the employee that's like, who the heck's going to come here? You know? So I feel like I need to address
that's a dance to do.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, you got to be thinking about, like, first level is who's going to pay you.
Who's
right?
buying?
Because and I want to just share something with you guys in the few minutes I have left here, which has been awesome. And thank you, Jeannie, for your share. What's really important is you don't have to struggle alone. I know how hard it is, but I hope you guys could see, like, we can't see our own thing because it lives in our blind spot. It just does. I hired a branding coach to help me when I was getting started because I kind of knew what I did and I was pretty good at something, but I didn't know how to articulate it. Like, we all have to start someplace. So I'm offering for you guys, created a Pitch Power Masterclass on Friday, January 22nd at noon Eastern. And I'm giving you guys a special discount of $50 off. It's normally $247. And it's $197. It's 90 minutes. And just make sure you get, Shira, if you don't mind popping the link in the chat box.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that it actually can, I know you sent it to me
I'll do
earlier.
that. Yeah, I
Uh,
can do that. Here,
Hopefully this.
I know I'm still sharing, but this thing is super cool. And then what I'll do is
Maggie, are you back? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute now.
I just said the F word.
Oh, no.
When that happened, I accidentally left the room. But here's the thing. Like, I'd love to have you guys in the workshop. You bring your pitches, and I will get you guys sorted out once and for all, so that you can have a beautiful pitch like Kristen just got. Like, boop, everybody gets handled. And the coupon is called BoomerWorks. You can see it with with a dollar sign there. That's the link if you want to register. Like I said, it's noon on Friday, next Friday, January 22nd. What difference do you think it'll make for your business, Kristen, having a clear pitch and being able to articulate it clearly?
I think the difference is it's going to enable my team that much more, that we can speak the same across multiple regions, because my contractors are spread out across the US. So it's going to make a difference in terms of how we just talk to clients and prospects, and that we're on the same page and we talk the same talk, so that, you know, we look more professional.
And what, other than looking more professional, what real impact will it have on your business if everybody's on the same page?
I think we can sell the business, like find the clients. I know I've said to her, I'd love to have an elevator pitch that I feel comfortable saying, and it comes from my heart. I love this, by the way. So I'm excited to use it and to be out. So when somebody says, you have a new job, what are you doing? Then I know what to say now. So I think it's really great. And I think that everybody else can do the same, and we just make sure we spread the word.
Yeah, so if any of you guys want more help with this, please, you don't have to struggle alone. Come to the workshop. It's awesome. It'll be so much fun. I might say the F word, just FYI, because I'm doing my best here. It's an imperfect world.
Well,
But you guys are
Maggie,
great. Thank you so much for your presence and for participating and for being so open and vulnerable. And it was just been wonderful. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Maggie. This was amazing. Round of applause for Maggie. So excited to have you with us, Maggie. Thank you so much. And Maggie, that's right, you have stopped sharing. That's great. Just real quick, in terms of staying in touch with us at BoomerWorks, just wanted to keep you posted that here are our social channels. Speaking of marketing, we are on all of these channels. And if you are not already on our mailing list, please go to boomerworks.org. And in the upper right-hand corner, it says join our community. Just fill out a quick little form and you'll be on our mailing list. We also are, of course, on Meetup, so you can see us both places. But if you really want to stay in touch with us, this is how to do so. And so, for those of you who are new to our group, we meet twice a month. Every 2 weeks, we have an educational topic like this. And then 2 weeks later, which in this case will be January 28th, we have something called a growth group. And the growth group is really a peer networking sharing situation. It's myself and several other facilitators, and we break out into groups for about 30 minutes, and you guys get to kind of share your challenges, and we do some coaching, and then we come back to the main room and do some group coaching. It's just a great opportunity to learn from each other. And then we also have something called a discovery program for those of you who are really, really new to self-employment and want to kind of get started. So anyway, please continue to stay plugged into our community, and everyone have a blessed night. I'm so glad we were all able to come here. And thank you again, Maggie. You just such a fabulous presentation.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the invitation. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Take care.